Yeah, I guess Hunter's not the only person with some good stories. Thank you, Lisa. That was wonderful. We're going to have a little meditation now. I'm glad we started with Martin Luther. Martin Luther is one of the people that have probably something of an unsung hero in terms of the way we think, changing the way we think about ourselves. Luther had the idea that we were so utterly depraved that we so completely out of it that we had to rely entirely on God's grace to save us, something which I don't actually agree with myself. I think that that life requires some spiritual work to uncover the divine in oneself from the tremendous amount of cultural detritus that gets laid on us as we grow up in the process of becoming a human being. On the other hand, Luther was a great guy, but I think he might have been a little bit dysfunctional in terms of being a person. So in dysfunction of nations and dysfunction of societies and dysfunction of peoples is what our service is focused on today, and hopefully learning how to overcome those dysfunctions. My meditation, my short meditation for today is you don't have to throw yourself under a train. There's a phenomenon called girdling that happens to some trees that are germinated in pots and grown for later transplant. If the young tree is left in its pot for too long, its roots may follow the interior contour of the pot as they grow. When the sapling is finally transplanted, its roots are so conformed to growing in a circle that they continue to do so. The tree may grow for many years and become quite big, all the while its roots are circling themselves. Eventually, the root ball becomes so thick and bound up in itself that it can no longer nourish the tree, even though there is plenty of nourishing soil around. In some cases, the tree will die. It has literally strangled itself. I thought when I read this phenomenon, what a great metaphor for growing up in a dysfunctional family. The opening line of Tolstoy's Anna Karenina is, happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Anna's dysfunction led her into an idle and adulterous life. So she was bound up in her particular misery that she threw herself in front of a train. Tolstoy was right. Dysfunctional families have their own unique ways of being dysfunctional. Our families imprint on us ways of thinking, feeling, and acting that are like the ever-circling root systems of the above-mentioned trees. We may grow and look like we are prospering. We may raise families, succeed in our careers, and have positions of responsibility in our communities. All the while, below the level of sight, our minds are circling to the contours of our family dramas. And like the trees, this constant mental circling cuts us off from the nurturing soils of life that are available for everyone. Fortunately, you do not need to step in front of a train to stop the emotional pain. One just needs to learn to step off the family drama. There are spiritual disciplines that can help us reach for nourishment. And I might also help us to step off the national drama of which Lisa and Hunter so eloquently spoke. One of the most potent healing actions we can take for ourselves is to learn to meditate. When we meditate, we stop the ceaseless circling of the mind and discover that there is deep inside us a place of renewal and healing. In time, our roots loosen, the endless cycle of interior drama abates, and our spirits are able to reach for nourishment into the deep, fertile soil of the soul. So there is in the deepest stratum of the human psyche a place of stillness. We have long recognized that when we sit with the stillness, our sufferings are entangled, and that we often achieve states of happiness, gratitude, wonder, and love. From the stillness flows a manna that reveals life's goodness and experience of being fully alive in the moment. If we go to the stillness of our hearts, we can be healed. So let's open ourselves to the healing stillness by going there now. As you are able and willing, assume a comfortable position with your eyes closed and just breathe. That is all you need to do. Just focus on your breath Don't worry about your thoughts and emotions. They will come and go. Breathe in and out, in and out. Find your stillness and let your soul rest there for a moment. And I'm in. And now our final hymn.